This is an NBC News special report. Here's Lester Holt.
We're on the air to update you on a couple of major stories we're working overseas. One taking place right now in Berlin, the investigation into what has occurred at a Christmas market at a plaza in the center of Berlin, where a truck crashed into a crowd of people at that Christmas shopping area. And you see some of the early video there of some victims being treated and taken away. This has not been characterized as an accident or attack, but it is certainly bears some of the hallmarks of what we saw earlier this week in a truck attack, or earlier this year in a truck attack in Nice, France. So we're watching that situation. 9 reported dead there so far, and many, many injured. They again are being very cautious as to how they characterize this situation in Berlin. It happened between 1 and 2 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time. So we're watching that, as well as something that occurred just a few hours earlier in Turkey, Ankara. This man, caught in a still photo, shot and killed the Russian ambassador to Turkey, who was speaking at an art opening, a diplomatic function, when that man you saw with the gun pulled that gun out and shot and killed Russia's ambassador to Turkey. The shooter was himself killed. Let's go to NBC's Richard Engel right now. He's monitoring both of these stories from Istanbul for us. Richard?
Well, let's start with Germany. Witnesses there say this was no accident, that the truck didn't slow down, that it plowed right into this Christmas market, killing 9 people. Local media are citing police sources saying that their preliminary investigation points to the fact that this was an attack of some sort. The suspected driver of that truck has been taken into custody, according to a police spokesman. Here in Turkey, we saw an assassination. There was the Russian ambassador, Andrei Karlov, at a typical diplomatic event. He had just started speaking. He was standing in front of a microphone at this art opening, and a man behind him in a suit and tie, dressed as a private security guard. He was, in fact, a police officer, but was off duty, pulled out his pistol and fired at nearly point-blank range, assassinating the ambassador. Vladimir Putin has spoken, given an angry reaction, said this was a terrorist act and that the bandits will feel the difference in Russia's response. After he fired on the ambassador, the gunman, there were journalists assembled in the room, so this all took place in front of cameras, spoke in Turkish, said that this was carried out in response because of Russia's military involvement in Syria.
All right, Richard Engel, continue again and monitor both those situations. With regard to what has happened in Berlin, as we said, 9 dead, many, many injured from that truck barreling through that market. We are reminded of back in November, the U.S. State Department issued a Europe travel alert, and one of the things they warned U.S. citizens about was the possibility of attacks in places like open-air Christmas markets. But again, we're still waiting for German officials to characterize what occurred here, whether it was an accident or an attack. We'll have further updates as events warrant. Of course, full coverage on both these stories tonight on NBC Nightly News. For now, I'm Lester Holt in New York. Good day. Hey, NBC News fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here, and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.